Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to Conscious Pathways. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act, often attributed to George Orwell.
In this new arc, we step into George Orwell's 1984, a story that, though written decades ago, feels mysteriously alive in our world today. Our theme for this episode is entering the house of illusion, and with it comes the first shock of realization, the unsettling moment when we discover that the world is not what it seems.
Orwell's protagonist, Winston Smith, lives in a society ruled by slogans, surveillance, and silence. On the surface, life appears orderly, structured, even safe. But beneath it, truth has been twisted. Words no longer mean what they once did. History itself is rewritten.
And though Winston participates in this system, something inside of him knows it does not add up. That quiet nudge of awareness, that flicker of recognition, becomes the spark of awakening.
Awakening often begins this way. At first, we accept the house we're born into, the stories told to us by parents, teachers, culture, and authority. And we walk its hallways as if they were built of stone.
But one day, the light changes. The walls we thought were solid reveal cracks. The mirrors reflect distorted images. The beautiful facade shows its flaws. What once felt unquestionable begins to feel false. I lived this myself. From November of 1963 through June of 1968, I watched the world unravel. 3 assassinations in 5 years, and my own 3-year journey through the military. Each event chipped away at the certainty I thought I knew. Leaders we trusted were gone. Stability gave way to turbulence. And I began to realize the house I thought I was living in was not built the way I had been told.
This is the house of illusion, and entering it with open eyes can be both shocking and liberating.
Awakening is rarely about discovering one giant lie. More often, it's about recognizing the smaller ways we've been shaped. Subtly, silently, into living someone else's story. Maybe it was the career we thought we should follow, the beliefs we never questioned, the patterns we inherited without choice.
The first shock of awakening is realizing I don't have to keep playing this role. And yet, leaving the house of illusion isn't easy. Stepping outside means facing uncertainty, but it's also where truth and freedom begin to live.
So here's a question to carry with you. Where in my life have I been living someone else's story? What parts of my reality are built on illusions I've never questioned?
As we move through this series, we'll explore how illusions unravel, what truths rise to the surface, and how awakening, even when it feels disorienting, can guide us back to ourselves.
This is only the beginning. For now, notice the walls around you. Look closer at the stories you've been handed and consider what happens if you choose to walk beyond them.
If this message resonates with you, we'd love for you to follow the podcast and walk this path with us.